everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios. And if you notice my thumbnail, I've been really busy the last couple of days reconstructing my scrap rack. Now the reason is the top picture in that thumbnail is the way that the scrap rack is supposed to look. The only challenge I have with that, excuse me, it is past my bedtime. The only problem I have with that is I'm a got a lotta girl. That means that I have 3 bases there, and 3 bases is not enough room for the spines to lay open properly so that I can see all the way down into the crease of the book. It should lay open wider and I should be able to see everything. But that's because my spines are, while they're not too close together based on the measurement that Tiffany set out when she designed the scrap rack, it's because I have too much on the spines, so they're too bulky. And like I said, to spread them out, I would need at least 1 more base. Each base holds 7 spinders, which is what you call the part you see in the second picture. And so I decided that I wasn't utilizing my scrap rack because it was so hard to get to stuff. Things like this trim that were in under the gold category that I had totally forgotten was in there. So I'm revamping things. And the bottom is what I've done over the last 2 days. I've taken all of them off the base and created using a big office binder and a 1-inch disc, I created a coin envelope closure so that the covers would stay together when they were standing up on the shelf. So now that I can get to everything, and I'm fine, I will be able to get to my categories of things that I need to use, and I will have a better walkthrough of that in a future video. But since we needed to do this part today, finish up what we did Tuesday, I just wanted to give you a quick peek of what's coming. Excuse me. So the only thing I have left to do is I have created all 42 tags for all the 42 categories that are on those spinders. And I'm in the process of putting them on a piece of chipboard and covering them in the contact paper that matches the other things in the office. And then I'll need to put an eyelet in the top of every one of them so that I can hang them from the spinders and know what's where in the categories. So that's the only thing I have left to do to finish that. So last Tuesday we were talking about the magazine transfer medium, and we determined that maybe magazine picture. I was not yawning 5 minutes ago. This is ridiculous. Just wasn't, it didn't transfer well on paper. So what I did before we left is I put one on cardstock, because when I went back and watched her video, it looked like cardstock is what she had used, and it seemed to remove a little better. So that's what we're going to test out tonight and see if that does make a difference. Now I'm going to give this a little encouragement here. Get my finger in there and see if what we put down here in the bottom, I don't even remember what the picture was, see if it makes a difference as to whether it transferred to cardstock. Now I have not touched this all week. I put it down. Oh, this was that lace. I think I have a piece of it laying over here under everything else. This was the bottom half of this lace. So let's see if we are able to salvage any of it, or if we need to look for a different form. Now, there used to be, and I think there still is, a product out there for transferring photos to fabric that works in much the same way. And in the 90s, I was commissioned to make a quilt for the United Cerebral Palsy Telethon in Nashville, Tennessee. And so I went through all of my country music magazines, and every other square had, my mother and I worked to transfer a photo to a white background of the country music artist. The quilt is 10 by 10. I have never bound it. I've never really had the room to bind it. And I've come to the decision that as much as I love it, I think I'm going to donate it to the Country Music Museum in Nashville. I don't want it to wind up trashed here at the house. I have it in one of those Ziploc storage bags for blankets and stuff. But it's not, I didn't know about putting tissue paper between the folds, and the pictures are starting to crack. And it's really a shame because I have some awesome autographs on there. I have Fabian. I have Garth Brooks. I have I cannot think of the guy's name. He played Tarzan. And in fact, I was actually carried by Tarzan when, in rushing to get the autograph from Garth at the end of the telethon. He would always come into the telethon after everybody left, so he didn't have to deal with the crowds. And in trying to get out there to his truck before he left to get the autograph, I twisted my ankle on the stairs. And Miles came to my rescue and carried me, so I can officially say I was carried by Tarzan. Now see, this is starting to come out, and it actually looks like it's doing better on the cardstock than it did on the paper. And I think it's because the cardstock, being heavier, can take the abuse of the water and the rubbing with my fingers. See, we've got it all off the top here. And I still got some down here to work on. Now, when I'm done with this, what am I going to do with it? I'll probably save it to put in a purple journal, but it's going to have to come off of, let me take this over and throw this in my big trash can, because my little one down here is empty and I don't want to put the wet stuff in there. Hold on. Miles O'Keefe, look him up. Miles O'Keefe was the Tarzan that carried me back into the studio after I had twisted my ankle on the stairs. And I have a picture of me and Miles together earlier that day. Okay, so it does seem to transfer better on the cardstock. So something to keep in mind. I'm going to let this dry, and I will show you what it looks like on Monday when we come back for an All Things Altered. And you know what we're going to do? Remember those 2 pieces left over from the envelope? That's what we're going to work on Monday. So I'll have one to show, and we'll do one together. So come back Monday and join me. I hope you have a great weekend. Remember to take time to be creative, and also in this heat, remember to hydrate, stay cool, and I will see you back here on Monday. Yeah, because I don't have a sex video tomorrow. Surprise! Maybe. There may be a surprise. There may be a sex video. We'll see how tomorrow goes. I have a writer's conference that starts today as you are watching this. So, you know, just keep an eye on the channel. Click your notification bell. Remember to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and share me out. And I will see you back here soon. Creative blessings.